All right, so today we're going deep on AI agents in quality assurance testing. And we're really going deep. Yeah. Our sources are going way beyond, those like kind of simple analogies you always hear about this stuff. Right. Like really explore how this is changing the whole QA process.
Yeah, it's a fascinating shift. It's really moving beyond that basic automation we've all seen.
Right.
To AI agents that are, they're almost like proactive partners.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're kind of almost anticipating what human testers need.
Yeah, it's like instead of having like a map, you've got like a GPS now.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what is it that makes these AI agents so much more powerful than just like regular automation?
Well, the key is that they can learn and adapt.
Okay.
I mean, unlike traditional automation tools, which just follow those pre-programmed scripts, AI agents can analyze data.
Yeah.
They can identify patterns.
Okay.
And then they can actually make decisions based on what's happening.
Yeah. Right. In real time.
So it's not just like running the same thing over and over again.
Exactly.
It's actually learning from learning the application's behaving.
Exactly. And that's why all our sources are saying this is going to be such a huge part of QA.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you've got this scenario where the UI changes.
Yeah.
And it breaks your test script.
Right.
Well, instead of you having to go in and manually fix it, the AI agent just steps in.
Oh, wow.
And it automatically repairs the script.
Wow.
Keeps everything going.
Okay, so that's...
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds amazing. Like, if you think about it, like if your car breaks down, you've got a mechanic just like right there.
Right there with you, yeah.
To fix it.
Exactly.
But how does that predictive intelligence thing actually work?
Well...
Like, what are some examples of how that can... what it can do?
So one great example is in test case generation.
Okay.
I mean, traditionally, testers would spend hours and hours creating these cases. Oh, yeah.
For every possible scenario. It was so time consuming.
Yeah.
And you knew you were never really going to get them all.
Right.
But with AI, the agent just analyzes the application.
Okay.
Figures out how it behaves.
Yeah.
And then boom, it just automatically generates all these relevant test cases.
Oh.
And it can cover way more scenarios than a human ever could.
So it's not just like making up random tests. It's actually thinking about like what are the tests that are really going to help find the bugs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because it's learning from what the application is actually doing, it can even predict where problems might pop up.
Oh, wow.
And then create tests specifically for those areas.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's like having an AI co-author who's like, okay, here's how to write the book.
Exactly.
And here
are the plot twists.
Yeah, the good plot twists, the stuff that's going to make it a bestseller.
Exactly.
But it goes even beyond that, right?
Yeah, it does.
Our sources were talking about how AI can also prioritize test cases based on risk.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So think about it like a coach.
Okay.
Right? The coach knows which players need the most practice.
Okay.
Right. The AI agent does the same thing.
Oh, wow.
It looks at the application.
Yeah.
Figures out the riskiest areas, the ones that are most likely to have bugs.
Oh, okay.
Or that are, super critical to the application.
Yeah.
And then it prioritizes the tests to make sure those areas get the most attention.
That's pretty smart.
It is.
So instead of just like spreading your resources really thin.
Exactly.
You're like, no, we're going to focus on the stuff that really matters.
Right.
I like that.
Let's get personal trainer.
Oh, yeah.
They target specific muscle groups.
Right.
To get the best results.
I get it.
Yeah.
But this self-healing script thing.
Yeah.
That's the one that's like out of a movie.
It is pretty amazing.
Like AI can actually fix a broken script automatically. Is it really that seamless?
It is.
How does that even work?
It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
So imagine the UI of your application changes.
Right.
Now, normally you'd have to go back and fix all the broken test scripts.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare.
It would be a huge pain.
Yeah.
But with AI agents, it's totally different.
Okay.
The agents actually understand the structure of the UI.
Okay.
So when something changes, they know exactly which scripts need to be fixed.
Wow.
And they just do it.
That's like having a little repair crew behind the scenes.
Right.
Like constantly fixing stuff.
Exactly. And that saves so much time and effort for the QA team.
So if the AI is doing all of this stuff, what does that even mean for the human testers?
Yeah.
Are we all just going to be out of a job?
Well, that's the big question everybody's asking.
Right.
But what our sources say is it's actually going to be much more collaborative. AI isn't here to replace humans.
Okay.
It's here to work with them.
Okay.
Think of it like a partnership.
Gotcha.
The AI takes care of all the boring, repetitive tasks.
Yeah.
Frees up the humans to focus on the really interesting stuff.
So like instead of being replaced, we're actually
you're getting an upgrade.
Leveling up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of doing manual labor, you're the architect designing the whole thing.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
So as the AI takes over those mundane things, humans can really focus on the things that humans are good at.
Exactly.
Like the critical thinking and the creativity.
Yeah, all this uniquely human skill.
And problem solving.
Yeah.
Because AI can analyze code.
Right.
It can look at functionality, but it can't really understand like how humans are going to actually interact with it.
Exactly.
And how they're going to feel about it.
Right. A human can look at a bug and say, oh, this is going to be really annoying for people. AI can't do that.
AI is just going to be like,
yeah, it's just a bug.
Yeah, there's a bug here.
Yeah.
Humans are like, oh, this is going to make people mad.
Exactly. So the human element is still super important.
Right.
AI can tell you that a button's broken.
Yeah.
But a human can tell you how that broken button impacts the whole experience.
Right. The whole flow of...
The feel, yeah.
The whole app?
Yeah. Can they tell you if the UI is intuitive?
Right.
Is it fun to use?
This makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do people actually want to use this?
So it's almost like the AI is giving human testers the freedom to be
human.
More human, yeah.
Exactly.
They can really use their empathy and their intuition and their understanding of like the big picture.
Yeah.
But that also means human testers need to adapt.
Oh, definitely.
What are some of the skills that QA people are going to need?
Well, first of all, they got to be adaptable.
Okay.
I mean, AI is constantly changing. So you got to be ready to learn new stuff.
So like...
Keep exploring. Be curious.
Always be learning.
Yes. Always be learning new skills.
Okay.
And communication is going to be huge.
Okay.
Because testers need to be able to explain their findings, their insights, their recommendations.
So it's not just about understanding the tech, it's being able to explain it.
You got to be able to translate it into something that everyone can understand.
And to all the different people involved.
Exactly. You got to talk to the developers, the stakeholders, even the AI agents.
Right.
And of course, collaboration is key.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be working closely with all those people.
Yeah. It's a real team effort.
It is a real team effort.
But maybe the most important skill is critical thinking.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because even though AI is powerful, it's still just a tool.
Okay.
It relies on data and algorithms.
Right.
So human testers need to be able to look at what the AI is doing.
Yeah.
Question its assumptions.
Yeah. Right.
See if it's missing anything.
So don't just blindly trust the AI.
Exactly.
You have to.
I got to understand its limitations.
Yeah.
Interpret its results.
Use your own judgment.
Exactly.
This is a pretty exciting time to be in QA.
It is.
There's a lot changing.
There's a lot changing.
And there's also a lot of opportunity.
Absolutely. It's a time of transformation.
Yeah.
But it's a transformation that could make QA even more important.
Yeah. More strategic.
More strategic, more impactful.
Like even more valuable to the whole process.
Absolutely. To the whole software development process.
It's amazing to think about how this is all going to affect you know, the future of software development.
Right.
We've talked about how it's going to impact the QA teams.
But
what about the impact on the software itself? How is AI in QA going to make software better?
That's a great question.
For users.
And one that we're going to dive into.
Yeah.
After a quick break.
All right. So we'll be right back to explore how AI is not just changing how we test software.
But also how it's shaping the software itself.
Exactly.
With us.
It's really going to lead to some incredible software.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it with AI in QA. We can expect software that's not just, you know, functional.
Right.
And bug-free.
Right.
But it's also going to be more user-friendly.
Okay.
More intuitive.
So the AI is actually helping to make the software better from the beginning.
Exactly. It's not just catching bugs.
Okay.
It's actually helping to create better software.
But how does it do that?
Well, one way is just by the sheer volume of testing it can do.
Okay.
AI agents can run thousands of tests.
Wow.
In way less time than a human team.
Right.
And they can cover so many more scenarios.
It means
it's really thorough.
You're going to find more bugs.
You're going to find the bugs earlier.
Yeah.
Which means you end up with software that's more stable.
Right. So the more you test something,
yes,
the better it's going to be.
Exactly. You're much less likely to have those hidden bugs
that pop up later and cause problems.
Right. But how does AI help with the user-friendly part? That seems a little bit more...
Yes, it is subjective, but AI can still play a big role.
Okay.
For example, AI agents can analyze user data.
Oh, okay.
Like how people are interacting with the application, where they're getting stuck, what features they use the most.
And then use that information to make the app better.
Exactly. They can use that data to inform the design.
Okay.
Make it more intuitive.
So it's like having an AI assistant who's watching how people are using the app.
Exactly.
And then suggesting improvements.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like having a constant feedback loop to make the software better.
And AI can also personalize the experience, right?
Absolutely. That's one of the most exciting things.
Yeah.
Imagine an application that adapts to you.
Wow.
To your preferences, to your habits.
Okay.
Makes everything so much easier.
Yeah, seamless.
Seamless, efficient. That's the future of software.
So AI is making software better.
Yeah.
But it's also making it more personalized for each individual.
That's the power of AI.
So if you're someone who's working in software development, how can you get ready for all of this?
Well, the most important thing is to embrace learning.
Okay.
AI is constantly evolving.
Right.
So you have to stay up to date on the latest stuff.
Like, how do you do that?
There are tons of resources out there. Online courses, workshops, conferences.
So even if you don't know anything about AI, learn.
Learn.
Yeah, there's so many ways to get started.
But what about like the actual skills?
Yeah.
What should people be focusing on?
Well, one key thing is to understand what AI can and can't do.
Okay.
You don't need to be a data scientist.
Right.
But you should have a basic understanding of how AI works.
Okay.
What its strengths are and where it might fall short.
So it's all about being informed.
Exactly.
Yeah. You need to be able to use AI tools effectively.
Right. And know how to interpret results.
And as we've been talking about, those human skills.
Right.
Critical thinking, communication, collaboration.
Yeah.
Those are going to be more important than ever.
So it's really a combination of the technical stuff and the human stuff.
Absolutely.
That's that combination that's going to make you successful.
So the AI is going to take over the routine tasks.
Right.
But it's those human skills that are really going to make you stand out.
Exactly. Those are the things that are going to set you apart.
So we've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
About how AI agents are changing the whole world of QA.
Yeah. From the technical side.
To the impact on software development.
To the future of the field.
And it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
It is a tool.
A very powerful tool.
Extremely powerful.
But it's up to us to use it the right way. It's up to us to guide its development.
To make sure that it's used ethically.
Ethically and responsibly.
To create software that benefits everyone.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this episode, remember to stay curious.
Keep learning.
Keep learning and use your human skills.
His unique human skills.
To shape the future of software.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. So we're back and we've been talking all about, AI agents and how they're like really changing QA.
Yeah.
But I think the big question for like everyone listening is,
what does this mean?
Yeah, like what does this actually mean for the software that we use?
Right. For you, the user.
Yeah, like every day.
Well, it's actually really exciting.
Okay.
Because with AI playing a bigger role in QA, we can expect software that's not just, it's not just going to work better. It's going to be easier to use, more intuitive.
So it's not just about catching the bugs.
No, it's about making the software better overall.
Yeah, from the ground up.
From the ground up.
How does that actually work?
Well, one way is just the sheer amount of testing that AI agents can do.
Yeah.
I mean, they can run thousands of tests.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's way more than a human team could ever do in a fraction of the time.
So they're finding
They're finding so many more bugs.
Yeah, all those little edge cases.
All the edge cases.
That you wouldn't normally catch.
And they're finding them early.
Yeah.
Which means the software just more stable.
Okay.
From the beginning.
Right, so the more you test it, the better it's going to be.
The less likely it is that something's going to go wrong later.
Right, but how does AI actually make the software more user-friendly?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah, because that seems a little bit more...
It does.
Like touchy-feely.
Yeah, subjective.
Yeah.
But AI can still help a lot.
Okay.
So, for example, AI agents can look at user data. Like how people are actually using the app, where they get stuck.
Okay.
What features they use the most.
Right.
And then they can use that information to improve the design.
So it's kind of like having an AI assistant who's just watching how people are using the app and then making suggestions. Based on that.
Yeah, on what real people are actually doing.
Okay.
Not just what the developers think they're doing.
Right.
It's real world data.
Yeah, and AI can even personalize the experience, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, so the app is different.
Yeah, imagine an app that adapts to you.
Wow.
To your preferences, to your habits.
Okay.
Just makes everything smoother.
Yeah, like seamless.
Seamless and more efficient.
So AI is not only making software better.
Right.
It's making it more personal.
More personalized for each person.
Exactly. That's the power of AI.
So if you're someone who's, working in software development.
Right.
How do you get ready for all of this?
Well, first of all, you have to be open to learning.
Because this field is changing so quickly.
Right.
You have to stay up to date.
Yeah. How do you even do that?
Well, there are lots of resources out there.
Okay.
Online courses, workshops, conferences.
Even if you don't know anything about AI, right, you can learn.
You can learn.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
But what about the skills? Like, what are the actual...
Yeah, what do you need to know?
Yeah, what do you need to know?
Well, one of the most important things is understanding what AI can and can't do.
Okay, so you don't have to be.
Right. You don't have to be a data scientist.
Right.
But you should have a basic understanding of how it works.
Right.
What it's good at
and
what it's not so good at.
So you can use the tools effectively.
Exactly. You got to be an informed user.
And interpret the results.
Yes.
And of course, we've talked about those human skills.
Those are more important than ever.
Yeah. Communication. Critical thinking. Collaboration. It's really a combination of the tech stuff and the human stuff.
Absolutely.
That's going to make people successful.
Yeah, it's that blend.
The AI is going to take over the routine work.
Right.
But it's those human skills that are really going to set you apart.
The things that make you unique.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be valuable.
So in this deep dive, we've covered a lot.
I have.
About how AI agents are like changing the whole landscape of QA.
Or technical side.
The impact on software development.
Yeah, and what it means for the future.
But it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
It is a tool.
A very powerful tool.
Extremely powerful.
But it's up to us to use it responsibly.
To guide its development.
That's just used ethically.
To create software that benefits everyone.
Exactly.
Not just a select few.
So as we wrap up, remember to stay curious, keep learning. And use your human skills.
Your amazing human skills.
To shape the future of software.
That's the key.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.